whoever wins this will continue in the main qualifiers, and the one who loses will have to go home.
And the Matilda, that U-level banned out here, means that they don't want to go up against a hero that really empowers a really quick scaling lineup here. It's gonna be the question of which team decides to go for the early to mid focus lineup and which team decides to go for the mid to late focus lineup. I mean, both of them can draft a lineup that have the tools to carry them from early to mid, and then once those heroes fall off in the late game, they have heroes for the late game here. This could be a really slow game. This could be a really fast game to bring out surprises. A lot of possibilities here. Again, U-level has been mentioned to be one of the teams that that has a wide hero pool that they can make the most out of. And LPE, on the other hand, they have an experienced champion coach in Coach Panda, a team that has worked together for a really long time now. This five that they have been together for quite a long time. The chemistry is there. It's do or die. It's game number 3, and it's the qualifier.
You don't want this to be similar to the flame shots that we won in Game 2. You don't want this run to be an almost in MPL Season 7. You want to be in the actual regular season, and the open, and the main qualifiers is the last gate to, I mean, still, let's compute a little bit of math over here. 3,040 teams, and we're only going to get to that 0.06% of the teams only.
That's quick maths.
Man, I did it during the break, not gonna lie. But
Man, you really could have just said that you did it right on the spot and everyone would have believed you. I would have believed you.
I'm sorry, I can't post it out, but of course, again, it's actually real. It's 0.06%. If it's not, I'm sorry, but man, that's such a small number of teams. And out of all, the journey is just so amazing, Reptar rather. LPE and LP, they're in the brink of elimination right now. Whoever loses will just remember this journey. MPL Season 7 qualifiers, and the other will live it.
Yeah, it's other than it's 3,040 teams, that's roughly 15 to 16,000 people with their dreams broken.
You know what? That's pretty dark, but
yeah, that's even realistic. Okay, if you want to talk about just how sad it is when you don't make it past, if you don't make it into the
people, 15,000 dreams shattered.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the happiness and excitement of the third game of Limit Breakers versus the Eagles here. Brody is left open, and looks like it's gonna be the priority pick for the Limit Breakers. Finally, we get to see a Brody pick early on.
Yeah, but then Natalia's open. LPE might decide to take it if they want to, but this is a similar scenario if they will lock in the Natalia with the Farsa. But no, they decide to go for the slightly safer route. Natalia, of course, reliant way too much to getting pickoffs in the early game, so they go something with a little bit safer. It's LPE who gets the Farsa. It's going to be Arvs controlling that, and Bimo's going to get that Benedetta.
The Benedetta pick really proved to be good last game, but of course it was good for the side of Limit Breakers, however. But then again, Benedetta, as a hero, has the wave clear, has the survivability, has the mobility and damage. It's the complete package, and most of all, I think she's cute. You know what?
I was not ready for that. What do I say to that? Okay, sure, great analysis.
You know,
here I am just waiting for you to lay down the facts on me on the lineups that we can see, and then suddenly here you are with, it's kind of cute. It's like, okay.
Taking a closer look, she is a little, I mean, I wouldn't say hot, but you know.
You're digging yourself a hole, man. You're digging yourself a hole right now.
You know what? Let's go back to the game.
Let's
go back to the game here. You know what? It all just boils down to a great character designed by Mobile Legends. And going back to the game, Lapu Lapu pick for ULVL and LPE. What will the response be with the Yuzhong ban? Khalid still open.
If they're going to pick out a Khalid here, they might want to save that a little bit later on. There's still so many pieces that LPE could go for here that U-level might not target ban the Khalid. So they go for the Harith instead. Again, this can still either be, there's still a lot of flexibility in the lineup here for LPE. We've seen Benedetta's played as sort of like, not necessarily a tank, but a roaming support. But that's going to be, with the lineup that you have here, this could be a risk. So this is most likely going to be an XP lane Benedetta as well as a Harith carry, and then a Farsa in the mid lane. But then they can turn that around, put either the Harith in the gold lane, the Farsa still in the mid, or Farsa in the gold lane, and then Harith in the mid. The flexibility is there for LPE.
Yeah, LPE's picks has been very flexible so far, and this is what you want to see early on in the picking phase. Having to have that ability to flex around picks, that just means that you can adjust accordingly the moment Limit Breakers or ULVL pick other heroes as well. And this is the adjustability that we're looking at right now. What Brenmar told you guys earlier are just, I think, good guesses on where these heroes are played. But then again, LPE could pull off a switcheroo in some lanes out there, and Renmar could list them all, but he's gonna take quite a long time to tell you guys, considering it's a bank of knowledge. It really is a bank of knowledge. But going to the bans, you mentioned earlier the Cho, and finally, it got banned out.
Again, yeah, the Farsa was key for both teams here, but the Cho has been even better to set up the tempo for both of them. So that's actually a surprising but good banning for U-Level, considering how they already have their Jawhead, that's going to be their tank. You're going to get this almost the same thing. The pick-off potential is going to be there, but then you get a little bit more damage coming out of the Jawhead, of course, with the missiles that he has. LPE, on the other hand here, good thing they decided to target ban the mages, because if either the Loyi or the Eudora got into play here, either or, that would be a really bad time for the Harith and maybe even the Benedetta.
Yeah. And looking at the damage so far for LPE, I feel like they're lacking a tank so far. They really don't have a good front line. They do have the Benedetta and Sylvana, but they're not exactly the type to survive initial burst damage, especially if you're looking at, I think, Lapu Lapu that could just burst you down at early distance. And man, look at this, a Lunox pick, and this is the first Lunox that we've actually seen in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, we saw it earlier. It didn't turn out too well for Grey Esports, but I could see the Lunox being played really well here. Is having the power of Order Brilliance to keep yourself alive. You're also running out of mage options. Is that Angela as well? No.
Kaja?
Kaja?
This is the first Kaja of the day. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, yeah, okay. So this is gonna be a Kaja gold lane, potentially. Or Kaja and Lunox, either of them are going to be going to the gold lane. One of them is going to be the roaming support. One of them is going to go Retribution. I most likely that's going to be the Brody, the Lapu Lapu's holding down the XP lane. And then you're going to have the Jawhead rotating. So with the Jawhead and the Kaja rotating, again, that is potentially pick off burst down. Even with the Lunox as well.
Oh?
So LPE here, wow, very flexible and unorthodox drafts that we're seeing here. This is gonna be a Hayabusa.
Okay, it hasn't been locked in yet, but if it is a Hayabusa, they have damage, that's for sure, but surviving damage is going to be another story if they do decide to lock this in, and looks like they will lock it in with Hayabusa to finish off their composition. If you're talking about damage, look no further, look to your right. It's LPE, and for ULVL, I feel like they have a better balanced composition. I'm not gonna lie, this is a very balanced composition in terms of damage, CC, and a little bit of mobility, considering that they do have, I think, that not actually on the mobility bit, but in terms of CC and damage, they do have it both.
Actually, both drafts, when you think about it, have a good principle to them. On the side of LPE, you have a draft that, yeah, they last picked the Hayabusa, but then you have two heroes in your team along with the Harith who now have a strong mid-game power spike. And that Hayabusa, once he hits level 4, can go and play slightly aggressively here and get pickoffs in the jungle against his opposing jungler. And this is gonna be... both lineups have somewhat of a pick-off burst down principle behind them, because you have the Sylvana on the other side who got focusing mark, so they're going to be able to burst out whoever gets stunned with their first skill. And then you also have a Jawhead and then the Kaja. Wow, it's okay. It is going to be a roaming Kaja support type of hero, and then Lunox in the gold lane going up against the Harith. Very interesting draft, but this is just showing the beauty of the current patch that we're in, the flexibility that you can show.
Yeah, and I feel like since both teams are in what could be their last game in the main qualifiers. This is their final, I mean, this is their ace in the hole, basically. This might be the tactic that they've been hiding for quite a long time. And this might be the time we're going to see this kind of strategy get pulled off, especially in the main qualifiers of MPL.
Yeah, look at the burst damage that just was dished onto BMO right there, coming out from the Kaja and the Jawhead as well. That's something LP has to watch out for. BMO's gonna want to place himself aggressively, but he has to be careful, especially once that Kaja and that Jawhead hit level 4, because they won't be shy to burst BMO down.
Yeah, good retribution coming in from YNG here. Really securing that purple buff to himself. I feel like that's going to be crucial. You do not want to get your purple buff stolen right in front of you.
Yeah, that would be really sad. You're a Brody, and you'd love it if you could get all your buffs. And even Aspect got all of his buffs. But now all the carries are happy. Only one of them is going to be happy after a team fight, though, because it's 20 seconds until the next turtle spawns, and I think LPE are trying to look for a potential pick-off, but in the top side, it is U-level, getting really close to sending that Benedetta back, but that's 4 surrounding the turtle pit for LPE, and only just roughly around 3 members of U-level surrounding the turtle pit.
And looks like, as you said, turtle already spawned near the top side. I'd like to put a little bit of highlight over the boot choice of Ryota here. I think she chose the boots that gave armor as well, and I feel like that's a good pick-off in this matchup right there in the top side, but in the long run of things, I feel like it's not going to help, especially if Lunox is the one that's going to push her down.
And speaking of burst, let's see who'll be able to dish out enough damage there. That is the members of U-level, burning down the members of LPE, even with the feathered airstrike dished out. First blood already secured there by YNG on the Brody, but the turtle was stolen away by Aspect, able to secure it with the retribution.
Aspect retribution, timed it right, got the turtle, so I feel like that one kill going to the hands of ULPL is a little bit worth it. Again, that turtle in the long run will give you more stuff to play around with, could give birth to more play, especially with bonus shield. So that 400 gold, I think the value of it is just evened out by the buff.
Yeah, and again, I didn't even see Aspect go out until I saw the notification that secured Lord and Aspect did it. Completely out of nowhere with the shadows. Now BMO positioning himself. Gonna get spotted out by Dian. Dian's not gonna use the Divine Judgment just yet. This could be a big play here at the bottom lane. Herbs, BMO, and Jake the Dog looking for an opening right now. Gets the stun, but he's like, I'm out of here.
He doesn't want any piece of that. Going too close to the Kaja might just mean that you get ulted way back to a whole squad, and that won't mean well for you, especially if you're grouping up this early, making that top lane an island for the Benedetta and the Lapu Lapu.
Dian gets bursted down with 3 feathered airstrikes, takes him down to 10% health left. Cram able to sidestep Arvs there. That gives a little bit of control in the bottom lane there for LPE. BMO spots out Cram, committing the Imperial Justice, but actually nothing is going to come out of that. All of that just to get control in the mid lane as the Wind Wave is just going to push a little bit in. 20 seconds until the next turtle spawns again in the top lane area.
Yeah, 15 seconds until that turtle spawns, and a lot of members are still invested here in the bottom side. Might be a fight, but Cram, he does walk away safely instead. Dokmen might try to find one member here, but I do suspect that all of them will start rotating around this turtle because you do not want to give this away for free.
Harith and Lunox in the bottom lane. Who's gonna get to the turtle pit first and help out, or either of them gonna help out? But in the middle lane, actually, Kaja gets picked out. The Farsa as well. So Dian and Arvs are gone. That's a lot of magic gone for both sides. Might force Jake the Dog or the Lunox to go already to the mid lane. Actually, Cram already here. People getting bursted down. Gets a stun locked in. The Chromatic Lance is there. The lifesteal keeping him alive. He's still up. Here comes the Benedetta. The Electro final blow with the Phantom Slash onto Lunox. Dogman could be up next. Jake the Dog already popped in the Zaman Force, but no one is going to secure a kill any more than that. Cram went down, but that is a trade, and this is a neck-and-neck game at this point. Who's gonna get this turtle? There goes the Phantom Slash, and the Divine Judgment already committed, but that's gonna be a stun to Ryota. The damage coming from the Bravest Spider of the Lapu Lapu. The turtle secured again by Aspect, and that is 3 members down of U-level. Aspect yet again secures the turtle and the kills for LPE.
3 3-0 for LPE, a 3-4-0 exchange, plus the turtle. They just got that for free, and not even one death fell for LPE, and that just means that LPE won that trade completely. I think mid-game is now swaying towards their favor.
BMO almost getting crammed there with the comedic lance. Power of Order Brilliance already committed just to get away, but he walks right into the feathered airstrike. Look at BMO just eating everything up so that the members of LPE can dive in to secure the kill onto Cram. You gave up a support for one of the potential carries in your team, that Lunox. Well, yeah, LPE is gonna take that as a win.
Yeah, LPE with another successful dive in the bottom side. But for ULVL, they need to make sure that this 3K gold lead doesn't balloon up to a bigger gold lead. Try to play it safe a little bit. Wait it out. Your Brody will scale mid to late. And if you take care of that Brody will take care of you during the later parts of the game. But we're just 6 minutes in, and that 3K gold lead, please do not go anywhere. Give us a good game 3.
Dogman might get picked out here. You've got 2 stunts here. Both of them miss it. BMO and Arbs a little bit too short there. And U-Level, I agree with what you said there. They just have to really hold on for YNG's Brody here. But it's not that they're the ones being overly aggressive. I mean, they're trying to make plays, yeah? Maybe just a little bit too much, but it's more of the rotation right now of LPE, giving it a hard time for U-Level to even just set up in places around the map. They toss back BMO, and I think, no, they didn't get to force out the feathered airstrike, but they forced out the Imperial Justice of Sylvana.
Yeah, and look at the Benedetta in the top side, just pushing minion wave after minion wave, putting Lapu Lapu in an island that he has to defend by himself. Turtle spawning in the bottom side, already a lot of members inside it, and near the pit rather, and LPE might just take it for them. This is a third turtle, if ever they can take it down.
Look at that, the combo and the damage is coming in. Feather airstrike is already committed. Dogman able to take down the Sylvana, but that's going to be Harris taking out the Jawhead. Benedetta takes out the Kaja right now. YNG split from the map as Ryota is chasing him down. He finds the safety of the tower, but the turtle yet again is secured by Aspect and LPE. Look at Ryota, what he did there, completely shutting the Brody out of the fight, chasing after him, not giving him any breathing room to give damage for U-Level.
Deja vu. Kills plus the turtle. LPE is just playing ULVL right now like they didn't lose game 2. They're playing turtle play after turtle play, and they knew how to pick fights, how to engage fights and disengage at the right time, at that right moment, and they just got 2 free kills, plus the turret in the bottom lane now, plus the turtle earlier. I just have to say, LPE, their macro game in the early game of game 3, on point.
Definitely on point with the lineup that they have here, empowering that. I mean, if they weren't having a good rotation and macro play here, this lineup would have been nothing, but LPE has just played the power of their lineup to perfection, making it look like U-Level is just completely outclassed right now. But again, it's the Brody in their lineup that all of us are just waiting for. There have been moments where U-Level has been outshined, they've been outplayed, yes, but they're not committing all in just yet because they shouldn't. They really just have to wait for YNG.
Yeah, and looking at LPE right now, I feel like the scaling of the Brody will get a little bit slower compared to Jake the Dog. Jake the Dog right now has his items already. The attack speed, the magic damage, it's already there. And we're expecting, he played an Alice game, 2 Alice games before this Harith. And now that we're looking at him in another hero, suddenly he feels very different. It feels like the mental reset for game 3 is just unreal for this dude.
U-Level might get caught out here in the middle lane. Let's see who's gonna show first. Could be a crucial moment here. BMO's gonna check the bush, gets the stun, feathered airstrike. He's not gonna get committed just yet. But suppress onto BMO. Divine Judgment forces the Imperial Justice out, but Dion gets to bring someone down. Dion is out. Cram is out as well. A killing spree for Jake the Dog. Ryota disrupting Escanor and YNG, and again the pick off and burst potential of LPE is working so much better right now for them compared to the pick off burst potential of U-Level.
Reptar, it's a reverse right now. They got the kills and now they're taking the Lord. Earlier, it's always get the turtle, get the kills. Now they get the kills and try to get the Lord. With a feathered airstrike, landing on no one just to zone it out. Will the steal happen here? Dogman not gonna risk it anymore. The Lord has been slain and the Lord will march with LPE. 5-10 is the kill score, and this just might be a game-ending push or maybe a game-shifting push.
We haven't seen much of Dian's Kaji just yet, getting picked off way too early in team fights, and at the same time, he's getting the Divine Judgments in, but then because U level right now just has so many targets that they need to deal with, Aspect is level 14, man, on that Hayabusa. Even if U level gets one with a Divine Judgment, they can't overcommit onto that one single target because you have so many others to worry about in LPE. You have the Harith, you have the Hayabusa, you have Ryota, who's just been an absolute mosquito for U level, and U level has no anti-mosquito bug spray
No
with
bug
them.
spray at all. And for the Hayabusa, already 3 items and a lot of damage just pouring down with that shadow kill. And you're seeing that damage in full display. The turret is immediately going down in the mid lane. Only the inhibitor turrets are left, and look at this. Side lanes are both pushing against the favor of ULPL. A lot of people invested in the mid lane as well. Things are looking dark, and it's about to get darker.
And the feathered airstrike rain is falling down as the Lord along with LPE are marching down the bottom lane. One turret down. Could be 2, and it could be game number 3 win for LPE if they play their cards right. Ryota already uses the Electro final blow to space it out. 2 turrets down. Maybe it's time running out for U level. Dian with a pull into suppress into Ryota, but the feathered airstrike, the counter punch is there. The mega kill for Harith. Aspect going in. Cram, YNG. Still 4 members of U level left. They still cannot end it here. Can LPE, but they're gonna try. They're gonna apply the pressure. They're trying to find the opening. Electro final blow, the space out front of the back line. Escanor with the damage of the burst takes out the Sylvana. Escanor gets bursted down. Feathered airstrike yet again. Unstoppable is Jake the dog. 5-0 win 4. Make that 2 kills for him. Dian almost down. Ryota dashes away. LPE will not fully commit on this, but they have bursted down all the towers of U level.
The sacrifice was worth it. I mean, 1 person down for LPE, and a turret plus 2 more kills is just another trade that LPE won. It might be weird for now, but it actually made more sense. BMO, it looked like an error. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like an error. He got hit by the Lapu-Lapu axis, but then again, that error birthed into more errors for ULPL, and it actually just backfired for ULPL when they tried to re-engage after that kill. Escanor bit a little bit more than he could chew, and now that now all of their turrets are basically down and the base is exposed, that 1 minute on the Lord suddenly is a time bomb for LP.
And the victory of LPE here seems like it could just be a time bomb again. It's just been the story of this entire series where one team would take the lead, not let go, and it's just like, what? They don't lose a tower, or they just lose 1? It's been like that all series. It won't be a big surprise if that's what's gonna happen here, where U level will not even be able to break down another turret here, because the lineup that they have here doesn't really favor them so much on the defensive, unless Dian, Dockman, and Escanor can time together, pick off after pick off.
Oh no.
But can they do that against a really mobile lineup? Because Dockman gets bursted down here, already forced out the Imperial Justice from the Sylvana, but that's actually Dian!
No.
He's able to take down Aspect. This could be big for U level. That's really bad for LPE, but I think they'll still be able to take the Lord without a problem, Womi.
I still think LPE could get that Lord.
Oh,
1 kill
no.
on the Lunox just secures a 4v4. And this is just bad for ULPL right now. The Zaman Ford is called, the Feather Airstrike is there. Will the fight continue with the Electro final ball killing spree for the Benedetta?
Ryota 3-0 and 5. LPE not going directly for the Lord just yet. It's a 4 versus 3 advantage. They're waiting for Aspect, but you see Ryota on the map going straight for the Lord, starting it out already, I think. Just waiting for Aspect to get back. But this, again, the story of the series, it looks like this is LPE just buying their time and U level trying to delay the inevitable that is an LPE win.
This is an empowered Lord that we're talking about, and it's marching with LPE. It's singing the hymns of the Eagles, and it will march in either mid, top, bot. It doesn't care anymore. It only thinks of one thing, ending the game for LPE.
2 Blade of Despairs has just been picked up by LPE. 1 for Ryota, 1 for Aspect. aspect. And you know what? Let's also give a Holy Crystal here for Arvs. So that's even more damage coming out here from LPE's side, who has a 13k gold lead. As the Lord closes in here, Romy, what do you think is going to happen?
I think what's going to happen is just LPE. They will jump over this fight and they will try to end the game. Reptar, this is the moment. This is it.
Feathered airstrike, immediately deleting Fran, but he's still in the game here. The stun of the Escanor connects, but Escanor is trying to survive this right now. Jig the dog, LPE, the rest of Laos Playbook Esports trying to end the game. The mega kill, 4 down, base down, and after one big fight,